Hey y'all, it's Meg. Welcome back to my channel. It is the last weekend of October, and that means that this weekend needs to be ultra cozy. First up on a cozy weekend is always a trip to the thrift store. You know I cannot resist a good thrifting adventure. I thought this painting would be so perfect for that little ghost trend that's going around on TikTok, but I left it here. And there were a ton of cute little jack-o'-lantern finds. Oh, when my arms are full, it's time to go home. So it is Saturday. Yesterday I went to the thrift store. Actually, I went to the thrift store Thursday and Friday, and I wanted to show you a few things that I got because it is gonna tie into this kind of like ultra cozy weekend that I'm gonna have. Okay, so like I said, yesterday I went into the thrift store and I had very much intention. I went there on a mission. I thought it would be really fun to pick up a scary movie, and by scary I mean by my threshold of scary, which is not very scary at all. I am not a horror movie person, but I've already watched my Harry Potter movies and I've watched Hocus Pocus this season already, so I wanted to go and grab something that just like felt super in the spirit of Halloween and that I didn't already own and haven't already seen a million times. Of course, I also got some home stuff too, which I'll share in a second because who can resist? I found some really cute things. But yeah, so I got two movie options. One is something that I have seen before and literally traumatized me. And the second one is like still spooky, but PG-13. So the actual scary movie I got that I'm gonna watch is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I watched this in high school and had nightmares about this movie. I think it's just like, I don't know, the way that the monster looks, and I know it's Robert De Niro, and like I know the wife is Helena Bonham Carter, like I know who these actors are, but this movie just traumatized me. And it's such a classic, so I am gonna watch this again. And if it is too scary, I also picked up Brothers Grimm because who could resist Heath Ledger? And this is the like more light PG-13 option. So this is my palate cleanser. If Frankenstein freaks me out too much, then I will watch the Brothers Grimm. But on today's agenda, I really want to make this yummy chicken pot pie with a little spooky ghost crust. I want to make apple cider floats, and I'm going to have a movie night in and get cozy and comfy, put on my festive fall pajamas, and really enjoy it. But before I get started on that, I feel like this video is going to be all over the place. I want to show you the other things that I got from the thrift store. One is already in this video, and that is this cabinet. I found this cabinet for $25 and it needs some love. It's like very clearly been spray painted silver on this cabinet, but I really like this pattern texture and I'm thinking it might look good with like a matte black. If I'm gonna leave, I might leave the top and like the legs the wooden tone and then paint over the doors to be a matte black. I think that might look really chic, but I'm gonna live with it for a little bit and see kind of like what I think would look best. And I have some other painting projects I'm working on as well. So yeah, but I will definitely include some footage of like the whole cabinet. I was able to put in like all my craft supplies, office supplies, and all my vases, like my little vase and candle collection, which is pretty extensive. I love a good vase, obviously. But it's nice to have those put away, and I could put the plastic bins that were just sitting in my living room away. So this is like a super great find, and it was 25 bucks. All right, I got a couple other things at the thrift store. The same one that I picked up the cabinet, I got this little floral tray. It is metal, and it says on the back, let's see, designed by Dare, Long Island, New York, made in England. How precious, this little key tray. I'm not sure, I think it would look cute on this, honestly, but, or in my bathroom, or I'm turning one of my closets in my bedroom into kind of like a little shoe, jewelry, perfume styling area. But this would be really cute on that, I think. So just like a nice little styling piece. I think she charged me $1. The last two things are kind of looking ahead into the spirit of Valentine's Day. I know we haven't even started Christmas, but I found these really precious glass bowls. There's a set of 4, and it has like a kind of scallopy shape on the interior of them. The outside is smooth, but I thought these would be really precious for like ice cream sundaes or something. And I'm definitely going to be having a Galentine's event this year or next year with Gal Friday. So I thought I would just, you know, I think it was $6 for the 4, which is not the cheapest thing from the thrift store, but you know, what can you do? They're really cute, they're glass. Who doesn't love a good pink dish? Like literally, I set these out on this cabinet here earlier and I was just looking around to see all the pink stuff that I have, and it's very clear what this girl's favorite color is, but yeah, these are really precious. And the last thing that I picked up from the thrift store, I've talked about this before, my love of buying records for the purpose of having the artwork. I do not have a record player. I don't have any way to play these, but I love setting them out on display because it's like a pretty large piece of artwork, and this was $2. And it's just like, so the 30 great love songs of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. It's a 3-album set. It doesn't matter. I'm never gonna listen to these, but it was just so like over the top Valentine's to me. And I also have, I love like the vintage chocolate boxes with like the lace and the flowers, and it's like tacky and over the top in the best way possible. And like, this is that. Like, this is perfect for that. Honestly, with my pink living room, I kind of low-key cannot wait to decorate for Valentine's Day because I might make it like so over the top and tacky and cheesy and just like, I don't know. It just would make my heart really happy, and I'm single and I don't live with any man, so I can do whatever I want. Really see the leaves falling from that tree outside my window. So pretty. Today is my home base day. I want to put things away. I want to start painting my bedroom. I went out yesterday and got the paint color that I want to use in the bedroom. Actually, let's go in the bedroom. Okay, so this is where we're at now. I did paint the trim around the windows and also the doors on this side. I used the same color as my cabinets. Here is kind of a better view of that. And I pushed my bed against this far wall here, mostly because there are heaters that run along the baseboards, and I couldn't push my bed completely up against this wall, which irritates me to no end, so this became the best choice. So in my original inspiration for my bedroom, which as I've spoken about before is heavily based on a hotel in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, my original plan was to do the dark trim and to leave the 3 walls with the windows white and maybe repaint them into like a softer white, because I think this is just primer. I don't think it's actually paint, I don't know. But then the point was that I was gonna make the wall behind the bed an olive green color and do maybe like some sort of trim installation that's like in this inspiration photo. But after I painted the trim, the dark blue for my cabinets, whenever I look into the living room from the bedroom, the fact that these walls are white, it feels wrong. It feels like it's missing, like it's an afterthought. It does not make sense. And when I picked this color, I've had this paint swatch on this far back wall for a long time because I was pretty certain that this was gonna be the olive green I was gonna go for. I put it up next to the trim and actually like taped it to part of the trim. And I was like, I wonder how it would look if I just did the whole room in this with this dark blue trim. It's absolutely like a really risky color combination. But I just look at this, like, you see how that I just feel like makes so much more sense looking into my pink living room. Like, it's gonna look so much more cohesive because the white just feels empty. It doesn't feel warm, it doesn't feel cozy, it doesn't feel inviting. Like, it's not the same. Like in that hotel room, which is just isolated on its own, it's perfect, but in conjunction with this pink living room, it just doesn't feel like enough. And I feel like this, like I'm trying to frame, like if the whole wall was like that with the dark trim, it would feel much more cohesive. So that is the plan. This is gonna be Amazon Jungle by Bear. I've been using Bear throughout my space in those colors. I will list the colors I've used so far down below in the description in case you are wondering. I get a lot of questions about the pink I used in my living room. So yeah, but first up, let's make this chicken pot pie. Let's have it ready to go so that I can I'm gonna like putter around my apartment. I'm gonna start this and kind of see how it looks. And then tonight we're gonna do our scary movie night. I found a pretty simple recipe for a chicken pot pie on Pinterest. I will definitely link it below. It turned out really yummy, and I made a few adaptations just based on how I wanted it to make, but by and large, it was still totally the same. One of the biggest differences was the recipe online cooked the entire thing in the cast iron skillet. I just cooked the filling in here because I wanted to use my gold pie dish instead of putting my cast iron in the oven. And then also the original recipe used puff pastry on top, and I opted for a traditional pie crust. I've totally become used to doing is buying a rotisserie chicken instead of cooking my chicken from scratch. It was totally well seasoned. I cut it off the bone as soon as I got home and then kept it in the fridge until the next day when I decided to make the pot pie. But it is just such a win-win. It tastes amazing and is way easier than cooking the chicken yourself. Next time I make this, I will divide it up into 2 pies and freeze one because this is a lot of chicken pot pie for one person, but luckily it is good, so I've got plenty of leftovers. I put my little pie crust on top, and then I wanted to add some little ghosties to keep it spooky. I used the tip of a icing, you know, little icing tip to cut the eyes out, and I put the little boo letters on there. I'm gonna brush it with some egg wash to make sure it browns nice and good, and pop that bad boy in the oven. I'm a mess. But I had some extra pie crust left over, and I've seen this float around on Pinterest before, but I decided to just cut up the rest and make some pie crust cookies. So I'm going to brush them with melted butter, and then I put sugar, brown sugar, and cinnamon in this. I'm gonna mix it up and sprinkle it on top, bake it for a little bit, and then I'll have like crispy little pie crust cookies. Cider floats, I kept it simple: apple cider, vanilla ice cream. I did decide after this to add in a little bit of champagne because it needs that fizz. If you don't want champagne, you could use sparkling apple cider, or probably even cream soda would be really yummy. And of course, I put in one of my little pie crust cookies. Good morning. It is Sunday, and I've got my little Halloween jack-o'-lantern top on, and I'm about to head out to go to a witch's market in Dover. So I'm gonna drive over there and explore and shop a little bit and probably grab some coffee. And yeah, so as you can see, I did get some painting done. When I get home tonight, my goal is to finish. I just didn't feel like doing I started really late last night, and I was like, I'm just gonna do everything I can reach without my ladder. And then tomorrow, or today, I will go around and do all the ladder work at the top, but it is looking pretty good. It's definitely a very bold color combination, but I feel like when it is accessorized, it's gonna look really good, especially because I wanna put in like some olive green curtains in my living room, so that'll tie it together. And I have like some pardon the mess, but I have like my bedspread is pink. I have some artwork that also is gonna tie in the pink, so I have this whole wall to do, but I started here because I didn't want to move my bed yet. But yeah, I think it's looking nice so far. And I just love how it's gonna look, you know, peeking into the pink living room and then peeking into the bedroom from here. I think it's gonna look really cool. So that is the plan today. I will do a little outfit of the day. I think I got this from Shein a couple years ago. I got these earrings at the Fenway Flea Market a couple weeks ago. And yeah, let's go out and have a fun Sunday before Halloween. Went to Dover for the witch market, but the highlight of my trip there was this vintage shop, Hello Again, in downtown Dover. I talked with the owner. He was incredible. There was so many great accessories. I loved this little home section. I would have bought half the stuff in here if I could have, and I absolutely will be back. I feel like this would be a great place for gifts, for shopping for yourself, for your home. I just was obsessed with it, and I can't wait to go back with money. Crisp, chilly, drizzly day, which what better weather could you ask for a witch market? I had a lot of fun checking out all the vendors. I had my little hot coffee and enjoyed strolling around leisurely, looking at all the cool things that people make. Once the sun started setting, I got cold and I decided it was time for dinner. I headed to Thirsty Moose Tap House, which I've been to before, but I had a really good hard cider and some pizza to warm up before I headed back home. Thank you guys so much for watching. I always appreciate it. This is my last fall video of the year. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, follow me over on Instagram and TikTok, and next up, you know, it's Christmas, baby, so get ready.